It's going to be fun. I'm a little nervous, so. Ready? Alright, so I said we're going to take a test and talk about character problems and challenges, but in order to help you guys figure out how to answer questions the best way and have the best responses, have any of you ever heard of wrapping your response? Yeah? Do you know what it means?
No, not really.
Not really? You've heard of it? It spells it out. It's an acronym. It's an acronym which means it's a word that each letter represents something. R stands for restate. So when you are responding to any question, you should, like we're doing here, we do it kind of here in our which is response, you should restate the question. Why? Because it shows that you understand what is being asked. So that's the very first thing. And on your ReadWorks articles, the articles you guys are doing in there, some of you are doing this, some of you are not. So make sure that you're restating the question. For example, Alex, if I asked you, what did you eat for breakfast this morning? How would you see, did he restate?
No.
He just said Cheerios. That would be here, but we're trying to get here. So how could you do that first step when I asked you, JJ, what did you eat for breakfast?
I ate Captain Crunch for breakfast.
I ate Captain Crunch for breakfast. That is very, very clear what the question is. It's easy to understand, easy to follow. McKenna, if I ask you, what is your favorite sport? Did she do it? Nope. And that's what we're used to. We're used to quick responses like that. Elise, how could you answer that properly?
I would say my favorite sport is softball.
My favorite sport is softball. Notice the difference, right? Softball, weak response. My favorite sport is softball is a much better response. So that is the first step, restating. Second part is answering. Now both of them did answer because you both gave a sport, but we want to answer the question as best as we can to show our knowledge and to show that you understand the topic. Okay, so maybe it might be more than just my favorite sport is softball. Okay, maybe you might have multiple favorite sports. For that question, it was pretty simple. The last piece is the most important piece. Okay, that is, the P stands for what?
Prove.
Prove. A stands for what?
Restate.
Nice job. R stands for what?
Restate.
Restate. A stands for?
Answer.
And P stands for?
Prove.
What do you think I would mean by prove? My favorite sport is softball.
Evidence.
What do you think I would mean by prove, Alejandro? Evidence. Most important thing that you're going to notice when I sing today is provide evidence or prove. Prove, using what we talked about is evidence. What are some different types of evidence? Prove your answer, include 2 or more supporting details. What are some different types? Carter?
Well, that's the whole sentence.
No, give me types of evidence.
Types of evidence. Text to text.
You're saying text evidence, but from a text, how can you give evidence? Caroline?
Well, one is paraphrasing.
Okay, we talked about paraphrasing, which means to what? Carson, what does paraphrase mean?
Oh, paraphrase means to.
Chloe?
Put like a sentence from the book.
Put it into your own words. So paraphrase. Okay, that could just mean an example, right? You're just paraphrasing an example from the book. Okay, what is the other type of way to provide evidence besides paraphrase examples? This one's even more powerful. Word for word. What is that called? A word for word. Natalie?
Quotation.
Quote. A quote from the text. So that is what you're doing to prove is either paraphrasing or providing a quote. So R again is what?
Restate.
A is?
Answer.
P is?
Prove.
Prove. So if I ask Carter, what's your favorite sport and why?
My favorite sport is hockey because. Oh wait, I gotta prove it.
You are, because?
My favorite sport is hockey because I like the physicality.
Good. Where was he on the levels? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
3 or 4.
Probably 3 or 4. What could have he done? One thing he could have done there. He did each part of this with something in here. You're paying really close attention. Gavin?
2 and 1.
2. So can you give me one more detail that would prove why hockey is your favorite sport? So you like the physicality and?
I've played it since I was 3.
Perfect. So that was a perfect example of how to rap. We're going to do that in our test today. We're going to practice that, but first, I got to try to lock this into your mind because this is something you'll use forever. You'll use it in middle school, high school, college if you go on. I use it now when I answer questions that people ask. So this is probably one of the most important things, is being able to always wrap your responses. Now, will you do this every single time? Like on the board when I ask a question in the morning. Will you do that? No. Will you do this always on your stop and jots? No, because sometimes you just don't have time, and sometimes there's not enough space on the whiteboard, so you can't always do it. Did it stop?
No.
Oh, I thought it stopped.
I just have a question.
Yeah, sorry.
Are you gonna rap?
Maybe. We'll see. In order to do this, you are going to transition voice level wise, and you're going to grab one of each of these behind Gavin. Take your seat if you want to look at the lyrics. Make sure you have a highlighter out.
Can I give you a beat?
No, I have a beat. Yeah. And then take your seats. We're crowded.
Oh, you're gonna. Oh my god.
You're the mic.
Room 200. Whoa. Whoa. I accidentally mega zoomed on Alejandro. Thank you.
Alright, highlighter in your hand. I want you individually look at the lyrics, and I want you to highlight in the lyrics the 3 simple steps. Not where it says 3 simple steps, but I want to highlight, find and highlight the 3 steps of the rap response. They are somewhere in the second stanza. Stanza meaning like a paragraph. Highlight the 3 steps. Notice my transition words. They help make it clear what the 3 steps are.
At the end, do we do those 3? At the end.
Good. Good. Yes, sir.
Mr. Shafordin, can I set it down and start a new video so I can do it?
You just don't worry about it today.
I'm just.
Alright, what is 1?
What I